Hey guys, my name is Chris if you didn't already know, and welcome to my brand new show, SmegChris Review. You're probably wondering, brand new? How's it different to SmegChris Review? Basically what I'll be doing on this show is looking back at an episode of SmegChris Review. Essentially like on SmegChris, where sometimes I'm looking back at a previous episode. Hence the title, SmegChris Review, rather than Review. And the reason I'm doing this? Well, sometimes I came out with some news articles and I want to see just how accurate they were, and some of the things that I predicted, I want to see if they came true, but mainly to see if any of the films that I reviewed, I still feel the same way now. So going on that, I'm just going to have a look at the first episode, I believe was Cowboys and Aliens. I'm just going to double check that because I have my laptop sat there right in front of me to watch that episode. I'm not going to show all of it, otherwise this video is going to go on way too long. I was right, it's Cowboys and Aliens. However, I feel like I should actually look back at the very first episode of SmegChris because I'm pretty sure I reviewed a film on there. Let's just have a quick look. So I saw a few films recently, one being Skyline. A fantastic film, it's very edge of your seat stuff. I'm not kidding, it's very unrelentless. That's a good word I'd give it. And but there is a very peculiar ending to it, and I'm not too sure about that bit. But other than that, it is a film well worth watching. I recommend it totally. Skyline, I'd completely forgot I'd reviewed that. Thing is, I do actually have it in my collection right there. This is the only reason I'm sat in front of the DVD, so I can actually show the DVD I'm talking about if I've got it. Funnily enough, I also have Beyond Skyline, which I don't believe I've ever reviewed. I do like this film, however it's the ending. It just seems to just go off on a complete different tangent, and the way it ended, I wasn't very happy with it. The whole setup of it was brilliant. The thing is, the second one, Beyond Skyline, obviously straight to video, or DVD should I say, sort of goes, well literally, beyond this. It carries on the story, and I found that this one was actually better. And ironically, today I've been to the Asda, and I just went down the aisle where all the DVDs are to see what was on the shelves, and what did I see? But number 3 of these. It's just come out, called Skylines. So that's another one I want. Because the second one did end on a sort of a cliffhanger, leaving it open for another story. I guess that's what they've done. I mean, they're not brilliant, but I do like those films still. Let's see what else I said on this episode. So another film I went to see recently was Harry Potter and the Deathly Gallows Part 1, and I quite enjoyed it. See, the last few Harry Potter films I didn't quite enjoy as much because they seemed a little rushed, and a lot of stuff was taken out from what you saw in the books, or read in the books should I say. You get to see the characters more and you get to delve more into the story, and I really enjoyed it. It's well worth watching, and I really can't wait for the last one. I really can't. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself around the face to tell me it's not gallows, it's hallows. But I do have all the Harry Potter films right here, including the one I've just been talking about. Definitely Hallows, not Gallows, Part 1. And I still love the films to this day. So at this point, the last one had not even been released yet. But as you can see, as it's in my collection, I still love the film, and I still totally recommend it. I'm not going to go on too much about these films because I've yet to get to the one that I'm actually wanting to talk about, which is where are you? Right over here. Cowboys and Aliens. I think that's it for the videos on that one, so let's see what I said about this one. Went to see Cowboys and Aliens, starring Daniel Craig, you know, him who's turned Bond into a pussy galore, and also Harrison Ford, who was the best part of the entire film. When we are introduced to Woodrow, we find that he's the town villain, but as you get to know him, you find out that he actually has a heart. And Harrison Ford plays this absolutely brilliantly. The film itself is good, if somewhat implausible. I still enjoyed it though. However, it should have been called Cowboys, Indians and Aliens. It is slow moving, but the action towards the end more than makes up for it. This is where I rate a film out of 10, and I give Cowboys and Aliens a 7 out of 10. I didn't really delve much into it there, did I? I do agree about the title, although they now call them Native Americans. So that'd be a very long title. Cowboys, Native Americans and Aliens. I still think Harrison Ford's the best part of this film. I should have talked about the direction. Really good. That's all I needed to say. Yeah, I don't want to go on too much about the film itself. Just what I said about it. I've got to remember that. Ow, that hurt. Let me put that down. I actually thought about watching the film just prior to doing this again, but then I remembered I only watched it I think a year ago, if that. So it's still pretty fresh in my mind. And I have to admit, I wouldn't give it a 7 out of 10 now. I'd probably give it 6 out of 10 maybe. Not because I think it's not as good as I thought it was originally. I've just had more time to watch it. I think I've watched it 3 times now. And I do believe the special effects really hold up. It's just the story. It got quite slow at times, and the characters interacting just didn't feel natural. I mean, Daniel Craig's character was really stiff throughout the entire movie. And that's probably why I liked Harrison Ford more, because he's more lively, he's more humane. He's got a lot more character depth. But, you know, it's in my collection, so I still like it. I'm just going to watch the rest of the episode now to see what else I said. You may have already seen the teaser trailer, but there's a brand new one out there for The Dark Knight Rises. It's got Robin Williams in it, looking quite stern, as if he's sat on the toilet going like this. He's like constipated or something. And I decided to check up on the cast credits to see who he's playing, and he's not on it. So why he's in the trailer, your guess is as good as mine. Okay, that trailer was actually a fake one. I don't know why I brought that up. I should have known better. But as for The Dark Knight Rises, it's up there. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I don't know if I'm going to be sat here every time in this position. It's taken me a good few weeks to figure out how I want to do this. I just know I wanted the DVDs in the background. I did think about sitting in my squeaky chair, but that's all I'll be hearing when I'm editing it, is the squeak of that chair. This one doesn't. That's how I dance. But genuinely, I hope you did enjoy this video. I'm sure I'll be doing another very soon. All that's left for me to say now is thank you for watching and subscribing if you have, and liking this video if you did. Until the next time, peace out. I have been planning to do this show for about a year now, I think. Well, I came up with the idea of it, and then I started thinking about it, and I thought, do I really want to do that? And then it went on the back burner for a while. And then when I came up with the whole needing to come up with new videos, and I wanted a whole video list, SmegChris review came up, and I'm like, I think it's time. In fact, it was about a month ago I came up with the title sequence. I did all of that, and it's just been sat waiting to get used. And it's also taken me a while to get started just today, because I didn't know, like I said, where to put the chair or where to sit, and I didn't know how to start it. But that's the beauty of making videos. You start to learn as you go along. Just look at SmegChris. I had that in different places a few times before I settled to where it is now. And I'm grateful because somebody has been laid there the entire time. Haven't you? You've been a good boy. And now I've just said that he'll want a treat.